Important notes on how I have answered the questions. 1. Having read the instruction and tried to understand the meaning of the statements, I now focus in on the first statement. Question number 1. Viewing an electronic screen before going to sleep at night is harmful. The keywords I select to scan for are screen and harmful, although I'll be looking out for synonyms as well. I scan the first paragraph and easily find screen. Harmful isn't there, but I do spot damaging, which is a synonym. This shows me that I've found the section of the text where the answer is located. There is little evidence of a link between the amount of time teenagers spend on devices and their general well-being, a study has suggested. It counters claims that teenagers' mental and physical health could be damaged by excessive screen time. Even just before bedtime, being online, gaming or watching TV is not damaging to young people's mental health, study authors said. They questioned the methodology of previous studies. I read the statement again to get more detail. Before going to sleep at night is also an important phrase, so I now scan for this. I don't see it, but just before bedtime means more or less the same thing. This suggests that the answer is in this sentence. I now read it in detail. The sentence clearly says that in the opinion of the authors of the study, viewing an electronic screen before going to sleep at night is not damaging. So, the answer is no. 2. Next, I read the second statement and decide to scan for psychological science and computer, again watching out for synonyms, especially for computer, for which there are several possibilities. I continue scanning from the location of the last answer. Remember, the information will come in order in the text. Question number 2. Psychological science can explain the connection between computer use and mental and physical health problems in teenagers. Psychological science is at the beginning of the second paragraph, so this looks like the right section of the text for this answer. I don't find computer, but screen use and digital technologies are in the same sentence. Screen use is close enough to computer use, which is the phrase used in the statement, for the information to be a match. While psychological science can be a powerful tool for understanding the link between screen use and adolescent well-being, it still routinely fails to supply stakeholders and the public with high-quality, transparent and objective investigations into growing concerns about digital technologies, said Professor Andrew Przybylski, Director of Research at the Oxford Internet Institute, OII, and co-author of the study. I now scan the sentence for the word teenagers to be sure I have the correct location. I don't see it, but the synonym adolescent is there. Next, I read in detail for the answer. Once you know where it's located, it can often be a single word that leads you to the answer. Here, it's the word fails. Read in the context of the sentence, it tells me that psychological science fails to do what is stated in the statement. The answer must thus be no. 3. Paragraph 3, where I expect to find the next answer, is a long one, so I need to quickly find the section the answer is in to narrow down my search. I decide to scan for RCPCH to identify the correct paragraph and 60 minutes to locate the detail in the statement. Question number 3. The RCPCH advise that kids should not view electronic devices in the 60 minutes leading up to bedtime. I easily spot RCPCH, so quickly scan on for my second keyword, suspecting that a synonym might be used. I'm right and spot 1 hour in the last sentence. Earlier this year, the Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health, RCPCH, reached a similar conclusion to the Oxford University study. Dr. Max Davey, from RCPCH, said of the new study. We continue, for now, to recommend that screens be avoided for 1 hour before bed, since there are other reasons beside mental health for children to need a good night's sleep. I read the statement again and look for other words that match words in this sentence. These should confirm that I found the sentence with the answer in. I match advice with the synonym recommend and electronic devices with screens. Leading up to bedtime is also a match for before bed. The text clearly agrees with the statement, so I mark the answer yes. 4. It's always helpful if there's a name in the statement, as it will be easy to spot in the text. There's one in statement 4, so I immediately scan for it. Do be aware that a name may not match exactly. Just the last name might be used, an initial in the last name, or just the first name. Here, the first name has been omitted in the statement. Question number 4. Watching online violence is detrimental to the mental well-being of adolescents according to Dr. Dubaka. Having found the name and confirmed I have the right paragraph, I then scan for the keyword, violence, or a synonym, as this is the subject of the statement. But others felt the study did not go far enough. Dr. Bernardka Dubaka, chair of the Child and Adolescent Faculty at the Royal College of Psychiatrists, said, although this is a well-conducted study involving a large data set, the conclusions can only be limited. The study looks at how long children spend looking at screens but not at what harmful content they might see. We know that screen time is not the main driver of mental illness, but dangerous online content can have an enormous impact on young people in their mental health.